There we go. Okay, welcome everybody. All right, as far as I know, you can all hear me now. All right, welcome. Now, to start our lecture today, we've got a FUSA representative, and I'm just going to hop out the door because there's people kind of walking around and they're like, where's secondary lecture? Where's primary lecture? So I'm just going to hand over to our FUSA rep who's going to talk first of all, and then she has to dash off, and then I'll give you the rest of the lecture after that. So welcome.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Li Wen. I'm from the Flinders University Student Association. My role there is a student representation support officer. First of all, congratulations. And also congratulations because you guys are so smart. You picked Flinders. I've been to 4 different universities before I came to Flinders, overseas, interstate, and some other university I won't name in SA. Flinders is definitely I've been having the best experience of all. So it's a really student-centered university. We, as FUSA members, we do that by enhancing your voice in the classroom. So you're not just here to learn things. You also, we make sure your voice is heard. We make sure you have a student representative in your classroom. Just want to bring you back to your previous learning experiences. Can be either in high school, any other universities or training sessions. You might have a moment thinking, oh, this session is so great. I wonder if anyone else thinks the same. Or I think there's something that need to tweak a little bit so it'll help me to understand the content a bit more. I wonder if anyone else is thinking the same thing. How do I bring this up to the teaching staff? There's 300 people sitting in the classroom, right? This is where we need a student representatives, and in your college, we have something called the course representatives. So we have 3 course representatives for each year. So for your year, and you have 3 course representatives who represent your learning experience, how you feel about your learning in the classroom. You be the voice of your peers. If you think that's something you really want to do, put your hands up, and we want to hear from you. Now, I just want to spend half a minute, take off my FUSA hat, put my student hat on. I'm a current student at College of Science and Engineering, so I'm a mature age student. I'm also a student representative over there, and also a course, I'm sitting on the course improvement committee. So for me, the biggest gain being a student representative is all these leadership skills and time management skills and building a really beautiful relationship with my peers. Because I was different. I was older. You know, I've got kids. I feel like there's no way I could connect with my peers. They're so young and they're so different. And I'm a hardcore introvert. And I don't know how I can stand up in front of people and talk, but I can do that now. It changed me over about 5 years. So it was a great experience for me as a student. And now obviously I work for FUSA, and it's also a great experience for me as a staff to support all the student representatives on campus. End of last year, I made 448 certificates of recognition for all the student representatives. And I hope at the end of this year, I can put one of your names on the certificate. And I hope to see you in the training sessions. If you need any information, so we're going to send further information about how you can apply and get involved in this fabulous role. All right.
Thank you. We'll let you escape. So you have to sit here the whole lecture. Thank you for that. I'm sure you'll be given a lot of information this week that seems quite overwhelming, but you can always come back to it later and you'll hear about those other opportunities. Okay, welcome. Welcome to the College of Education, Psychology and Social Work. If you've found this building and this room, then you deserve a medal this morning because it's not easy to do and there's people wandering around looking for the psychology lecture and all sorts. So welcome. My name's Rachel Hedger and I'm your course coordinator. So I manage the running of your course on a day-to-day basis. I'm also your topic coordinator if you're studying EDUC 1221. That was morning, I was 922, 1221 this semester. So if you're studying that topic, then I'm your topic coordinator. I'll be giving you the lectures for that topic, and then you'll have a tutor that does the workshops for you. Just want to start by acknowledging that the land we meet on today is the traditional land of the Kaurna people, and we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We acknowledge their continued relationship with the land, and we honour their elders past, present and emerging. As I said, my name is Rachel. I'm your course coordinator. So on a day-to-day basis, I'm managing how your course runs across the year. If you ever need any study plan advice, any enrolment advice, if you're studying a topic and you've got some questions or concerns that the topic coordinator hasn't answered, or you'd like to speak to someone different, then come to me, okay? And I'm here to support you. I'll also be helping you through your first professional experience placement this year. So anything to do with that, I can also support you. And generally, if you've got just any questions, concerns, and that haven't been answered by someone else, come to me and we'll find a time to talk. Absolutely fine. That's fine. So I have an office up on level 5, and you're welcome to kind of pop in if you're around. Or my email address is the easiest way to get hold of me. Otherwise, for general inquiries, you can go to the level 4 college office. So go up the stairs to level 4 and it's kind of lit up in yellow. You'll be able to see where to go. If you've got an odd kind of study question, then they might be able to help you in there. Or if you need course advice or enrolment advice, then you can send an Ask Flinders request if you want to study part-time. If you fail a topic and you want to know when you might study that topic again or how it adjusts your study plan, then you would send an Ask Flinders request. And our lovely Caroline over there will probably be the one that supports you with your study plan. So the early childhood team is myself, as I've said, and I teach some of the first year topics for you. Linda is monitoring our team's connection today, and if anyone online has a question, please just type it in the chat and Linda and I will answer for you. So Linda teaches some of the professional experience placement topics, also some of the numeracy and the parenting topics that you'll be studying. Timna is our lecturer in science, so if you're studying science specialisation this semester, you'll have her, and she's also coordinator for LandType, the literacy and numeracy tests in initial teacher education, which we'll talk to you about. So she coordinates that as well. Julia will be teaching you in EDUC 1235, the histories and philosophies topic. You'll be seeing her as well this semester. And Sylvia is teaching pedagogies of belonging, which is a second year topic. So you might see her next year. And we have a huge casual academic team that support all of our teaching as well, and they're fantastic, amazing people. All right, so just some hello, welcome, come in, just your welcome kind of information and making sure you've got everything sorted. This is the same for all students. So if you haven't already, you need to join the Wi-Fi, and to do that you'll need to select EduRoam. You'll need to put in your FAN and password for the first time, and then it will just pick up every time you come onto campus. It will just automatically pick up the Wi-Fi for you. Very occasionally our tech people do something to the Wi-Fi, which means you need to just reconnect again, but it's pretty good. So if you've ever have an internet issue at home, you can always come onto campus. There's 24-hour access to the library if you get your swipe card to allow that level of access, so you can access internet on campus anytime. You'll need a student ID card if you haven't already. It looks a bit like this, except it says student, not staff, with your photo on. You can request your ID card by selecting Order My ID Card through Compass or following the quick links. So you'll need to do that because if you need access to special rooms, if you want access to printing, then you'll need that card, okay? And when you order your professional placement name badge, you'll also need some money loaded onto that card so that you can place that order. Yeah. I do not know. I don't know. Maybe I would hope so. If you haven't, have you had an email to say it's ready at all? Okay. Maybe check. If not, it might even be worth waiting till next week when the lines die down. But otherwise, I think Flinders Connect will be your place to go. Yeah. So within Compass, the new student section has a lot of information that will support you. So if you're getting stuck, just head over to the campus page, and you should have had a link to that in all of the welcome information that you've had. If you need any help at any time, the best thing to do is to go into your Okta and submit an Ask Flinders request, and then that gets directed to the right person that will be able to help you. So some of them come to me, some of them come to Caroline, or to other people in the college to make sure that you're getting the correct advice. So submit and Ask Flinders if you're getting stuck at any time, but I will show you the study plan this morning so that you can just double check you've got all of the right topics. Make sure you take a moment to understand your course requirements. Sometimes people like to kind of cherry pick what they might like to do and go, oh, I can't go to that class because it's on Mondays and I work on Mondays, so I'm just going to do this topic instead. That sometimes has big implications for your study plan, because if you make that choice, next year you might not be able to enroll in the topics you want because you didn't study that one that was on the Monday. So it's important that you understand all of the information that kind of underpins your degree and the course rule and all of the requirements. So if you haven't read that and you got super excited to enroll in all these amazing topics, it might be best to just go back and have a look at that as well. So make sure you look at your study plan, and you can take a photo of the study plan I've got on the screen as well if you want to. So make sure you're enrolled in your topics. I'm pretty sure you'll all have done that by now. If you haven't, then this week is your time to check your enrollment and make sure that you've covered everything. You'll need to agree to the declaration before you can enroll. Scroll down to see the topics that are available to you and put a tick next to the ones that you want to enroll in and press save. And then register for your classes. So you need to enroll but also register for classes. So you log into Student System and select the Timetable tab, select the correct study period. So we'll be moving into semester 1 from next week. Select change or register for each topic, and then hit the plus to select the class you want. If the class is full, then you will need to select another option because it's just the room is full up. There's no space for an extra 1 or 2 people. You then need to move to one of the classes that's got an empty spot. Now, I have been told multiple times to enforce this upon you this morning. Very, very big responsibility given to me. You need to have a unique student identifier. Hands up if we've already got one. Great. I'm preaching to the converted. All right, I've got one too because I'm studying a PhD, so I had to get mine as well. All right, so anyone at home or watching the recording out there, if you don't have one already, you need to make sure you've got your unique student identifier. It's a very easy process online. And then you also need to make sure you've done that final step of notifying the university of what it is, because you can all go, oh yeah, I've got one. Oh, but I didn't tell Flinders what it was. So you need to make sure you've followed that final step of notifying the university as well. Any questions about that at any time, you can ask us or send an Ask Flinders and they'll be able to help you. Okay, so getting familiar with your learning environment. Flinders Learning Online, also called Flow, is our learning management system. So that's where you will have all these topic pages that has all of the content in it. Okay, it's our learning management system. Now, we're moving to a new learning management system, but for now, education is using the old one. So at some point, we're all going to have that transition and we'll work through that together. But for now, we're using the Moodle space, the old Flow version. So if you see anything to do with Canvas, you can ignore it for the next few weeks. We're just focusing on the other one. So when you enroll in a topic, you'll then get a flow page, a separate page for each topic. So if you're enrolled in my topic this semester 1221, you should have a flow page that's come up for you today. All of your flow pages go live 7 days before a topic starts. So if you kind of sat there last week going, well, I can't see anything on Flow, I don't know what they're talking about, it would have gone live this morning. So there would have been lots of Flow pages coming up for you today. And you might have even had an announcement from me this morning about that topic. So you can access Flow through your Okta dashboard, and you can star topics so that they're easy to find, and you can have a page where you've got the ones that you use most frequently, but it's all there and it's all ready for you. So if you're having any troubles, maybe connect with a friend or a tutor in class, and they'll be able to help you to access the Flow page. If not, and ask Flinders again. Okay. Parking is free this week to help you transition into the university, but from next week you will need to pay to park. The only other time it's free is on public holidays, I think. So you'll need a parking permit. Alternatively, you can get the train to the New Flinders train station, and there's a loop bus that comes up here to the top of education and goes, as it says, in a loop. It goes to Tonsley, it goes to Sturt campus, it goes down to the hospital. So if you need to get the bus, there's multiple ways of getting here. But just so that you're aware, from next week you will need a parking permit, and they do give out. Again, on your Okta, there's a Cello Park app, and you'll be able to register free there. There are also scholarship opportunities for you. So we have multiple scholarships that run across the year, given on financial need or on academic grounds. So if that's something that you are interested in, obviously $20,000 is a lot of money. So if you would like more information on that, I would suggest going to the scholarships page. If you just Google Flinders scholarships, it will come up, and you can find out more information from there. Safety, we have security on campus all of the time. They're available by any of the telephones in the classrooms, or you can use the telephone number there. If you experience or witness any kind of unacceptable behaviour, or if you're feeling unsafe on campus, you can contact security or search for safety on campus on the website. You can report anything. If you don't want to kind of make anything formal, you can just let them know and have a quick discussion, and those things will be kept confidential as well. So again, you can always talk to me about those things too. Health counselling and disability services are one of the places of great support here at Flinders. So you can use the QR code to connect there to the webpage. If you need to see a doctor on campus, if you need to connect to health and counselling, or if you have a disability or would like further support with a disability access plan, then health and counselling are the people to visit. Now, at the moment, you're like, oh, I'm fine. It's all great. Uni's great. They give us free stuff and we get free lunch. This is a great week to be at uni. But come like 4 or 5 weeks' time when you're thinking, oh, I've got a few assignments due, it's getting a bit stressful. If there's other things going on in your life, then you might like to seek help from health and counselling. They offer free counselling sessions to students, either over the phone or in person. So you can make an appointment with them anytime that you need to. Obviously, you can talk to me about for support as well. If you are just not quite meeting those due dates and you need a little bit of forgiveness with those kinds of things, it's best just to send me an email or make a time to meet, and we can talk about a plan that sets out those due dates that's a bit more realistic. If you've got other things going on in your life and it's all just getting a little bit too much, let somebody know, me or health and counselling, and they'll be able to help you. Similarly, if you have a disability and you need an access plan, that gives you some kind of additional support through your studies. So it's best to make an appointment with health and counselling for that. Flinders Oasis is like our pastoral care team. So they kind of are the ones that wrap you up in cotton wool and give you a big warm hug. They have lots of additional social and emotional and spiritual support spaces. They have a lovely building that's towards main campus near the car park, and it's a really nice place just to actually go and have some peace and quiet. There's a kitchen there, you can sit there, have your lunch. There's quiet study spaces, And they also run lots of extra support sessions to guide students' wellbeing. So feel free to check them out when you get the opportunity. Flinders University promotes awareness and respect for the diversity of staff and students. So we also have a prayer room, conversation groups run by Oasis, equal opportunities advisors, the Pride Network, and the Good Vibes mental health experiment. So if you want to know any more about those, again, follow the link, or you can ask me for further information. There's prayer rooms in various buildings, but one down at Flinders Hub as well. Okay, so we're into O Week, Monday of O Week. If you log into Flow for this and look for the Finding Your Way at Flinders orientation topic on your Flow page, you can get familiar with the university and how it works. There's lots of different skill sessions over the next few weeks, so study skills, things to orient yourself to assignment writing and to studying on campus. You can discover tricks and shortcuts to help you study at Flinders. There's lots of different videos and ways of seeking support. So it's good to research those now because you've got some time to do that. When you're busy studying all your topics and writing your assignments, you have less time. So if you know what those support networks are early, you can connect to them when you need to later in the semester. Also a good idea to go and check out the library at the moment as well, because that's a great resource. And you've got some time this week to have a wander, see what's there as well. Unify is the Student Connect program that's designed to offer fun and interactive sessions to meet your peers, form friendships and develop confidence. So like our Fusaret was saying, if you'd like to kind of develop more of a community feeling for studying here at Flinders, then that would be a really good place to try. So reach out to anyone that you need to. I'm here if you've got any questions, and there'll be other staff on campus if you need help at any time. There's lots of people walking around in white t-shirts that are here to guide you as well at the moment. So if you get stuck with anything this week, please feel free to reach out using the various support networks. And next week is Connect Week. So there'll be lots of events going on in Connect Week. Lots going on at the hub. Have hands up if you've already located the hub so far. Okay, some of you. So if you don't know where the hub is, if you go out of Education Building this way and you follow the path around the lake down the hill, eventually you'll get to a very large area that's kind of lit up, and there'll probably be loud music playing at some point. That's the hub, and down there is the library. There's Flinders Connect, there's various restaurants and food outlets. And support places. So that's definitely got to be #1 on your list for checking out this week. And I'm sure there'll be lots of free things going on. So, and next week as well. So lots of events happening. You can check them out online via the orientation page, or go down and suss it out for yourself. Okay, so make sure you're connected to the website and Flow page to connect to all that information. Keep an eye out for ping, which will come to you via email, I think. You can follow the socials on Hey Flinders and Ask Flinders for Instagram and Facebook. You can join the FUSAS Student Association, and they also have a separate Facebook page, which is a good place to go for support. Okay, now something that's a little bit more early childhood specific. So you've signed up for a degree in early childhood education, which is a birth to 8 degree. So that means you'll be able to work with babies in preschool and in the first 3 years of school, reception year 1 and year 2. And you'll have placements in all of those different settings. This year you get to choose which age group you might like to start working with. So think on that over the next week or so, and I'll give you more information next week. So these are some of the settings that we work with. If you're already working one of those settings, we will send you somewhere different for placement so that you can get a new experience. There's a mixture of public and private, and we have some quite complex accreditation requirements that we need to make sure that you meet. But again, I'll bombard you with all that information next week. You might like to join some of our specific early childhood social media sites. So you can scan the QR code there and join our Instagram page. We also have a LinkedIn blog page and a Facebook page. So to find the Facebook page, you just search for Flinders Early Childhood Education and something that looks like that page should come up. And we provide kind of additional information on there. So we're sharing kind of good examples of practice. We're sharing things that are happening here on campus connected to the university, but also connected to our degree and what we're doing with our pre-service teachers. And then there might be some kind of key information because we know students don't always check their emails. So we try and put things through Facebook or Instagram as well as a bit of extra support. But once you've joined the Facebook page, scroll back through some of the previous posts, see some of the things that we've been sharing and posting, because that will give you a really good idea of some of the philosophies and the practices that we support through the degree as well. Okay, this is very small. I've got a zoomed in version on the next page. But I just want to clarify for you, you've enrolled in a 4-year degree. All the topics in yellow on that study plan are core topics, so you need to study those. The ones in blue are electives. So in those spaces, you get to choose a topic that you'd like to study. It's open for you to develop your experience and your knowledge along a pathway that interests you. And the ones in green are your specialisation. Now, every teacher, primary, secondary, early childhood, has to graduate having a specialist teaching area. So for early childhood, you can choose science, visual arts, or health and PE. Those are your 3 options. And when you've made that selection of subjects, they sit in those green boxes. So you'll be studying one of those this semester, one next semester, one into second year, and the final one in your 4th year. So if you haven't done that already, you'll need to choose one of those specialisations this week and enrol in one of those topics. The pink highlighted are your professional experience placement topics. So that's when you'll be doing placement. So for this year, you need to make sure you're enrolled in the top 8 topics on that study plan. Okay, so if you're studying the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, you should all be enrolled in 1, 2, 3, 5, Histories and Philosophies. You should all be enrolled in 1, 2, 3, 0, the language development topic, and you should all be enrolled in 1, 2, 2, 1 for this semester. Then you choose one of those teaching areas. Okay, so that's your 4 topics. Semester 2, if you haven't enrolled in your semester 2 topics, please do that this week. It's important for us understanding how many classes, what are the numbers for semester 2. So please make sure you enroll in 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 8, and 1, 2, 4, 2 as well. And then your specialisation area. If you're not sure what specialisation to choose, then we can have a chat about that afterwards as well. But it's best if you kind of make that decision and stick with it and not kind of chop and change if you can help it. Are there any questions about the study plan before I move on? If you're part-time, you'll have you'll just select 1 or 2 topics. Yeah. Yes. It's not that one. No, it's not that one. And Caroline might be able to help you with that afterwards. But yes, it's really like a disco going on next door, like lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off. So make sure you're enrolled in those. If you're full-time, enrolled in 8 topics for the year. Okay. Now, just a show of hands, who's already heard of the LANTITE, the literacy and numeracy tests in initial teacher education? So these tests are government-based. They're not set by the university, but all pre-service teachers need to do them to graduate. It's a numeracy test and a literacy test. And you have to have passed both before you finish your degree. Now, that being said, we're asking students to have passed them before they start doing block placements in third and final year as well now. Now that COVID's over and testing is all opened up and it's all easy to access, we're asking students to do that. So all students in first year would need to attempt the tests this year. Okay? There are 4 test windows. So there's only 4 blocks of time throughout the year where you can take the test. One of them's at the moment. So you've missed that one, and that's fine, but you've got 3 others. So one was May, August, and November, I think, wasn't it? And how it works is the booking system opens a few weeks before the test window. Then the tests commence, and then it all closes, and then the next booking system opens. So it's not something that you can book into whenever you like. You'll have to access the website and look at when the sessions open. So the next booking session opens on the 4th of April. So on that day, you would need to log in, choose your test that you'd like to take, choose the date, and then turn up on that date to take the test. There is a Landtight flow page that offers a lot of additional support. So if you haven't had anything to do with that just yet, you might like to look out for the emails that are coming through. Make sure you've accessed the flow page, and we can also talk about it in our topic in a few weeks. I know there's a lot of information heading your way. It can be a bit overwhelming. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that it is something that you'll need to try and do. Some other things that you'll need to start thinking about is that for your first placement, which happens in this semester, you will need to complete a responding to abuse and neglect training. So that's the RAN, RRHAN, and a working with children check. So if you don't have one of those already, these are the things that I'll be introducing to you in the lecture next week. We also need to make sure that you have the correct vaccinations for working in birth to 5. And most of those settings do require you to be vaccinated against COVID-19 as well. So if you're not vaccinated, we can have a conversation about that. But it means that some sites may not accept you in that space. So if you already have responding to abuse and neglect training, then that's great. If you don't, and you're starting to see announcements coming out about that, sign up for one of those sessions, okay? And also working with Children Check, we'll need to establish that with you from next week. You'll need to renew it as soon as you can, and probably now, because we can't send you out to a placement site if it's going to lapse during that time. Yeah. So who do you contact? I'm sure you're thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many things going on. I'm not sure what to do here now. If you want to change courses, if you want to change your study template, or if you need it, if you're part-time and you need some study advice, then it's an Ask Flinders request. Obviously, none of you are failing right now, which is fantastic. But if you're heading towards the end of the semester, you're thinking this is not going well, or this is not what I had anticipated, then contact your topic coordinator or me, and we can talk through what you would need to do. If you're having a problem in a topic and the topic coordinator hasn't addressed it, then you can come and see me at any time. If you're failing lots of topics, again, let's have a chat. Let's see what we can work out. Some we might say, let's park that or leave that for next time, but we can work out a plan for getting you through these other topics, so we can put something in place. If you have a disability and need an access plan, then that's health and counselling. If you have a disability and you're experiencing some issues or have some concerns within the college, then Carol Lelant is our disability coordinator, and I can direct you to her if you need me to. And if you want to get involved in some of the more social aspects, then that would be through FUSA and our rep. Okay. I'm done talking to you. Do you have any questions? What questions do you have? Is there anything that we can help you with? Are there any online? Yes.
What I'm worried about is, like, say I've got a lecture. Where, how do I learn on the link? How does that all work?
Yep. So the link to all recordings is on the flow page, normally in the weekly module. So if you go to the week 1 module, you'll find the link there, and you just click on the link and it will play for you. Yes. 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 It might be that it's posted after the session. So if the lecture's 9 till 10, it might be posted after 10 o'clock. So it might not be a live, might not always be a live connection. It might be posted after it's finished recording. So if you're watching the recording, it's kind of not like today where you can you can't ask questions from home. It's just someone in a room speaking and you're watching the recording. So if you've got questions, you want to have those conversations, it's best to attend. It might not be. Yeah, it might be later. Yeah, yeah. Just depends. Yeah. Any other questions? Good. Okay. There's a free lunch at 12:30 in the next courtyard. So to get to the free lunch, I will be there. So if you think, oh, I'm not asking a question in this room, it's recorded. I'll be there, so you can ask a question, and Linda will be too. So come see us, come say hi. We will be around. So to get to the lunch, head out of this room and out of the building down the stairs. There's an archway heading to Law and Commerce, and it's just through there on the grass. Okay. Thank you all. If you think of anything in the meantime, you can contact us. Otherwise, I will see you, I think, next Wednesday morning for our lecture on play. Okay. And I will be in the room delivering the lecture, so you're more than welcome to be in there with me at the same time. Okay. Yes.
So,
Yes. Yep, just double check your timetable. And if it looks like you've got a clash, it might not be. It might just be that that's 1 week where there's a one-off lecture or something a little bit random. Okay. And also for the play topic, we'll be in our new teaching space. It's called Pinchaku, and it's along that corridor. So where you see the 2 comfy armchairs out there, the classroom is at the end of that corridor. So feel free to kind of poke your head in and have a look. And that's our new specialised teaching space. And you'll be one of the first groups of students using that room this semester. So you'll be setting things up for little people and practicing, engaging in all the resources and being quite practical in that space as well. So not all just listening to me spout information at you for an hour. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
thank you.